right, cool. I'm here with Dan Champa. So tell us about what's going on. What's going on here? This is your gym, right? And I understand it has your name, your Korean namesake.
Yes.
So can you say that for me?
Sit Myung Hwan.
Yeah, that's a tough one for me, but that's a great name. So, you have a couple fighters, one fighter coming up on the next USKA card, but first I want to talk to you about the previous card. You had two fighters fight for us previously. Who were they and how did that go?
I had TJ Cuevas was my first fighter. It started off a little rocky, but luckily he came back and won by TKO, which was great. It was a huge relief because he got real hurt in the beginning, and Bryce was a great opponent and a tough opponent who came out to fight. After that, I had Tiff, who took the fight on 10 days notice, and she came out and she finished the fight. And I think what was great about that fight, and especially as a coach now, is just how much direction she was able to follow. She just was able to listen. If I called a leg kick, it might not have made sense, but she trusted it and just went forward with it. And then when I called for that finish and it coming together, it was just super rewarding, just like when I used to fight.
That's awesome, and she's one of more than a dozen fighters in your gym here tonight.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So tell me a little bit about the gym. How long have you had the gym here, and how was it associated with the BJJ?
So what happened was Tim Hart was looking for a striking coach. We have a mutual friend, Angela Chang, in Thailand at Sisong Pinong. He reached out to me, we connected up. He's looking for a striking coach, so I started Sit Myung Hwan Muay Thai here. It's part BJJ, but I just do my brand of Muay Thai within the gym, and have just been promoting it that way and having my players come on USKA, and just really embracing the role of being a coach.
All right, so you're undefeated 2-0. You got Sean Kim fighting July 20th. Any pressure on him to keep it at 3-0, or what are we doing here?
It's not even the pressure of the wins. In fighting there's wins and there's losses, but the main thing is just what he's going to display. I mean, with TJ to Tiff, I went back to the drawing board. Even though he had that win, it was more important to me about the technique and the strategy. So with Tiff, I really try to implement that. And with Sean, he'll be my best today. I really believe it. He's got a lot of athleticism. He's been listening to the corner. And the things that I worked on with Tiff and TJ in the past, I'm able to use and mold into this new strategy. So taking both of them, just growing as a coach, and seeing what's working, seeing what's not, and always going back to the drawing board. Wins are great and everything, but I'm really in this for longevity, so it's just the Muay Thai that my fighter is going to display is more important to me.
How long have you had the gym here?
So I've been here for a year and a half working with Tim Hart, and just a short period of time.
Okay, so Cuevas and Tiff, they were your first two fighters.
Correct.
How does that benefit now Sean Kim? Because he's now in a gym where you kind of have a little bit of a track record. I'm assuming the sparring's changing a little bit. I mean, in the beginning, it's you and him, right?
So what ended up happening is that it's way harder for Sean, and I think any fighter that comes out of this gym and any fighter that returns to the ring, it gets harder and harder, because I know that as a gym we're growing with reputation and just trying to grow slowly and surely and trying to stay up to pace. I mean, my trainer Robert Emerheim, I've seen him from the beginning to where he's at now with home of champions, belts all over the wall.
Robbie's a legend in the Muay Thai world.
And he's my trainer, and he gave me the blessing to start doing this. And sometimes he sends some of the students who are in the area to train with me, which is great, having the blessing from him. But I look at him and I see the inspiration of what he's created, and just starting small, being realistic, and just knowing that there's going to be wins, there's going to be losses, and just continuing to have my fighters work hard and display beautiful Muay Thai.
All right, looking forward to Sean Kim. What could we expect from him?
Sean's really got to utilize his boxing. He has a little bit of boxing history prior to this, but I think it's going to be just super smooth, way different than my other two fighters, and I'm just really excited myself personally to see what he's going to display. Like any fighter, they look in the gym one way, they look in the ring another, and I really hope that all the expectations I'm seeing in the gym are going to be there during fight night on July 20th.
How does that dynamic when they come into the gym with some boxing experience already? I mean, that can mean a lot of things. I did it in the backyard, I trained, I was on the Olympic team, but was that a positive or negative for Sean?
So usually with a fighter who has prior knowledge, if I was going to pick a fighter from either from the ground up or for a fighter prior, it's way harder for that fighter who has prior knowledge. It's like the Bruce Lee saying, you got to dump some of the cup out and start new. I might have a fresh fighter who listens to everything I say because they've never had a history of martial arts. When you have somebody who has prior experience, sometimes it's hard to break those habits. Sean's a perfect example of someone who ate leg kicks relentlessly. He would fake it, and then people would tell me in the parking lot, oh, I saw Sean, is he all right? He can't even walk on his left leg, he's dragging it. But he would fake it all the way until he got to his car, and then he started getting to the parking lot and drag his leg. And with time, he just learned. It was very hard, and it was a hard lesson, unfortunately, but I think he's really improved from that, and just I see him now, and he's a full fighter from hands and legs.
That's awesome. Well, I tell you what, I'm really looking forward to this fight. You got two gyms meeting up. They're both debuts, 134 pounds. But I want to congratulate you. The gym looks fantastic. Your fighters look on point, and you know they're here on a Wednesday night. When I pulled up in a parking lot, I knew what kind of gym this was. The windows are open, the fans are blowing. So next time I see you, it'll be Fight Day, July 20th in Allentown. I want to wish you guys good luck, and thanks again for your support.
So much, guys. Thanks so much. Thanks for coming out.